Why, Hobgoblin sure is looking quite tan. Unlike the next time we see him unmasked. I don't know. Maybe he's wearing a second mask underneath the primary mask.
I don't believe it. Why me?
It's a beautiful, huge apartment overlooking Central Park. But he won't pay the rent unless I get a roommate who's responsible. You know, top of the class. So for my sake, please say yes.
But how am I gonna afford it?
All taken care of.
Recycling in general is a great benefit to our environment. However, recycling in animation is lazy and insulting to the viewer, whom I assume they believe will either not notice or not care. And believe me, Spider-Man is an egregious serial offender of this particular sin. I'm not going to cover every instance of rehashed footage in this episode, since it literally happens every 5 seconds on average. So here's just 30 sins to cover this episode.
First Parker, if he misses a good shot of me.
What the hell is Robbie looking at?
Fisk, wide enough for your final resting place.
Sin removed from Mark Hamill. However, having the Joker's mannerisms transferred to another supervillain seems kinda distracting. You almost expect Hobgoblin to use an acid-squirting flower rather than pumpkin bombs.
We as citizens should support. Furthermore,
That blasted kid!
I get his gimmick requires the glider, but why attack from straight up in the air? Less wind and spider resistance from inside a warehouse window.
Yeah, perfect landing. Just like I planned it.
I'd give him a 3 for the landing.
You, Hobgoblin, you failed me miserably.
Of course, if Osborn wanted the job done right, he would have just hired a sniper. More efficient and would not stick out like an orange thumb.
Before a wing in the weapons, you were just a punk. An ambitious hood in a mask. I made you the Hobgoblin, and now I'm unmaking you.
Just a reminder that Hobgoblin has more appearances in this series than Green Goblin. In fact, the real Green Goblin has only 2 appearances in this series, which don't include Hobgoblin.
You owe me, Osborn.
Notice Hobgoblin put away his laser gun because inexplicably you will never see him use it again. What a devastating heat ray that'll never be used against Spider-Man in this episode. Guess it only works on glass and not on flesh.
Call off your men, Fisk.
Hobgoblin, you amuse me.
I always admire people who try to assassinate me too.
Why do you dress that way?
For centuries, the Hobgoblin's been a symbol of irrational fear and terror.
So apparently the Green Goblin was only inspired by the Hobgoblin. Guess I got my comic book history all backwards. Just like how Bizarro actually inspired Superman and Logan was actually a clone of that X-23 girl.
I want this face to be the very last thing my enemies see.
Beware the terror of Rubberface, the incarnation of evil. Visual effects for Spidey's sense on this show, but how does it work exactly? Sometimes it goes off a second before danger, and other times danger comes so slowly afterwards you could finish watching an entire MCU marathon before it arrived. No knockout gas, no poison gas, just green gas. Also, Green Goblin copyright infringement. Even more so than the obvious.
Aunt May! Can you hear me? Aunt May!
You might think Aunt May was knocked out by the gas, but in reality...
The Hobgoblin. Who's talking about that? It was your apartment, dear. I've never seen such a mess.
That's right. The sight of Parker's untidy dorm room was more repugnant than Hobgoblin's green gas. Just to further prove my point that gas is useless. Naturally, a crime boss keeping a low profile would choose one of the most recognizable landmarks in New York City as his headquarters. Kingpin's first choice was the Empire State Building, but Dr. Doom already rents it out for his penthouse suite.
reminds me of myself as a young man. Perhaps I'll train him as my protege.
How touch!
Do I detect a hint of jealousy, Smythe?
Get Fisk together.
What are you suggesting?
You'll have your company and your son.
What's in it for you?
I want the Kingpin.
And of course, Norman Osborn, the billionaire inventor, also is so wealthy he cannot afford his own security cameras to notice giant floating drones committing corporate espionage.
You gotta let me see Mr. Osborn. I'm his son's roommate.
Wouldn't matter if you were his mother. He's not to be disturbed.
Of course, Norman Osborn, the billionaire inventor, is so wealthy he could only afford one security guard for his entire work staff.
It goes twice as high and 4 times as fast as your old glider. There's a full complement of missiles, smart bombs.
Aren't smart bombs a type of missile? Guess Osborn stocks up his arsenal at the Department of Redundancy Department.
And it's even got a remote control.
A joystick would be more maneuverable. Check out the sky over Osborn's headquarters. Now look at the sky over the city. So either it's taken hours from night to day for Hobgoblin to glide over to the downtown area, or Osborn's factory exists in some sort of dark space-time vacuum. Which happens occasionally. Interesting how bombs and razor blades could be featured on this show, but bullets are just too extreme. Please refrain from inevitable gun control debate in comment section below. How come his spider sense didn't warn him of that glider heading straight towards him?
What a nice surprise! They are smart bombs!
Oh no, I wonder what could have happened to our titular hero. Oh.
Where's he getting this stuff? I've heard of countries with smaller arsenals.
No one was harmed in the bombing of this small, conveniently uninhabited neighborhood.
You're smart, Spider-Man. You're not as smart as these smart bombs.
Did you see it?
He never had a chance.
Who's gonna pay for all this? I can't say what I just saw. That was incredible.
Wow, Spider-Man's agility is so great he was able to open that manhole under that car and crawl into it in literally no time at all.
I see you have a fondness for the trappings of power. I've got something to show you first.
We can get Fisk together.
As of now, you are terminated. God, I never want to see him again.
This is some serious stormtrooper bullshit.
Come on! Yes!
The measure of a man is how he handles defeat. So, let's see how you handle yours.
What's that?
So, if Hobgoblin needs to open the building up from this control panel, how the hell did he get in there in the first place?
This town has a new Kingpin, Osborn, and it's me!
So if Hobgoblin is now Kingpin, what does that make Fisk? Old Kingpin? The artist formerly known as Kingpin? So where did they enter this tunnel? There are no skyscrapers, so it couldn't be Midtown Manhattan. But if it's in Queens, then how could they travel through it so fast to get to the underneath of the Chrysler Building? Especially since when Spider-Man uses the tunnels to escape later on, it seemingly takes him seconds to traverse them. I suppose only through the power of quick editing, or shoddy writing.
He's on his way.
Brilliant strategy.
Wait a second, was Fisk asleep that whole time?
Using one of our enemies to fight the other. This should be quite a...
Osborn seems pretty happy considering his son is still the Hobgoblin's prisoner.
Us in your warehouse.
Spider!
How did you...
How did Hobgoblin know there was Spider-Man there? He doesn't possess a special goblin sense, does he?
Spider-Man and Osborn are in the elevator.
The web slinger must not be allowed to escape.
No more Spider-Man.
Easily worth the price of an elevator.
Premature gloating villain cliché.
It's payback time, Osborn.
No! Harry!
Wow, Osborn was so selfless, sacrificing himself to save his...
Osborn! You okay?
Oh.
That was for Aunt May.
And the Hobgoblin is now dead. Well, farewell, Hobby, we hardly knew.
Don't forget me, Spider-Man. I'm not going to forget you.
Oh.
How is she?
Still the same. Where have you been?
I had to take care of something.
More important than this? That's what's wrong with you kids today. You can't seem to make the right choices.
Get off my lawn, cliché. Funny because Parker looks like he's about 32.
And Peter, when you saved that nice Mr. Fisk's life, you did the right thing. Uncle Ben would have been very proud.
Obvious irony is obvious.